What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. Welcome to Afternoon's Delight. So this one was a little tough tonight. It seems like on the Gabby side, things are starting to kind of wind out a little bit because you just know sometimes when somebody's going to choose somebody. Like I, I think it's still in the air, up in the air on Rachel's side, but on Gabby's side, you could clearly tell who she was about to choose, and that was going to be Nate. She had the only chemistry that she had was really with Nate, and you can tell like it just felt empty. Like as soon as she broke up with him, it was just empty, right? Like it was just an empty feeling. Like you usually don't feel that. Like when this is just a regular elimination, it's like you don't really feel like okay, she got a bunch of other dudes, and there was probably two other dudes in the group where you knew those two dudes would probably be the final two or whatever. I'm not feeling that way. I don't feel like anybody on Gabby's side is really anywhere near the chemistry that she had with Nate. Like nowhere near. Like there's a reason why Nate already got like two roses from her. He was probably gonna get a third, but the one thing that I knew, the moment he said it, that he had a child, and Gabby said she had all these problems with like her mother and stuff like that. She wasn't ready for motherhood. I knew that was gonna come into play. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I was a little spoiled, not all the way spoiled. And what I mean by that is that there were some people already talking about him being possibly the next bachelor or being a candidate for the next bachelor or whatever. And I was like, why would they be saying that if Gabby chose Nate? And then I was like, oh, he must be getting eliminated. He must didn't win. And what do you know? The guys were even foreshadowing it when they were talking amongst each other that he might not return. And I was like, oh boy, it's not looking good. And Gabby, from the moment she was with Nate, the energy was off a little bit. Like she was nervous. Like she knew she had something to tell him and it wasn't going to be something good. And and so they were in Amsterdam, and uh, she actually had him go on a date. He was asked to go on a date, and he was asked to go on a date because he was gonna have to leave because she wasn't ready for motherhood. And so she just finally kind of made her decision. Like I think she kind of was thinking about it for a while, and I think with hometowns coming up, she didn't want to feel the pressure of meeting his family and meeting the daughter, because it'd be even twice as hard for her to like break up with him you know if she had met all of them. And I think she didn't want to face all of that. And I'm happy for Gabby because she stopped it before it got too late. Sometimes I think that I know she was saying in the episode she felt like it was too early, too late. But I think it was just at the right time. I think you didn't lead Nate on, to. I mean, his heart was broken, but so was hers because I know if it wasn't for the kids, she would have chose Nate. She had the best connection. She really was falling in love with Nate. I can tell she was really falling in love with Nate more than anybody else. But it was that one thing that I knew she was going to have to make a decision on, and I'm glad she made it before hometowns, because I think hometowns is when it starts to get a little bit too late. That would have been too late. If she didn't say anything until after hometowns, that would have been too late. You met the daughter already. You know what I'm saying? Now you've avoided that. You didn't put his family through any kind of pain. The daughter doesn't have to meet you, so nobody's in pain from the hometown. So I think Gabby made the right move, and Nate made the right move. I know he's been coming over under fire because of the exes or whatever, but he showed maturity. And I know some people probably say, oh, he did that for TV to look good or whatever. But whatever the motive was, he said it. It doesn't matter what the motive was that Nate had. He told Gabby the very first day he had a kid, and that takes balls, because Nate knows if he throws that out there, there's a chance that the girl he's talking to isn't ready for motherhood and isn't ready to be a stepmother. This child's already 6 years old, so this child is already like a quarter through of their childhood. They got 12 more years to go until they're 18. So I think for Gabby, she made the right move. It just wasn't the right time for her, and I agree with the decision. And I think for Nate, he made the right move in telling her, because it was going to be twice as worse if he didn't tell Gabby that he had a child. Imagine if the daughter was on the hometown, and that's the first time that Gabby found out. That would have been absolutely insane. That would have been absolutely insane, guys. That would have just been a hot mess. That would have been a hot mess. So I'm glad that Gabby pretty much made the decision beforehand. And also for Nate, I'm glad that he didn't have to be strung along too long. Some people would say it'd be karma because of what he did with his exes, but whatever, man. And it's got me thinking about his ex. What was her name? Kelsey, I think, the blonde one. It got me thinking about her. Like, you know, I honestly think he was just exercising his options. I talked about this actually in a video last week. Nobody really watched that video, by the way, but if y'all want to watch that, I made it last week. I made it like late last Tuesday. So if you go to any of my August 9th videos, you will find that video. And in that video, I talked about the Nate situation. I meant to do a follow up, but because the views are so low, and plus I had time, I didn't never make the second part. But in that Kelsey, it made me wonder if maybe he didn't tell Kelsey about the baby because maybe they had a conversation with Kelsey. Probably didn't want to have kids, and maybe he kept it to himself. You never know what was going on. You know, why he didn't tell Kelsey, but he told the other girl that he had a child. So I don't know what was going on with that situation. Maybe he didn't want to lead her on too much and let her know, you know, that it was that serious. But then he wrote the letter, and it's like, you know, it's so confusing, man. I had to talk about that another time and wrap this video up. But if I have time, guys, I'm not guaranteeing this. I did say last week I'm gonna try to start posting the full videos, but if it's up, you can click on the card in the upper right hand corner if it's available, and you can watch a full clip of. Well, it won't be the full clip, but it'll be the most important part of their conversation when she broke up with him. But go ahead and get this video a like. Y'all hit that like button for me. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new in the zoo. If you want to subscribe to the channel, any comments you got, definitely put them below. And if you want to donate to the channel, hit that super thanks button below. I much appreciate it. But yeah, man, this was tough because it didn't feel like Gabby was the same after that. It felt like she thinks she has the options left, but I just don't. I think this was one of the few times where you felt like somebody got rid of the winner before the winner even happened. Like, that's what this felt like. And I think she was asking herself, did she make the right decision? Like, you know, but I do think it worked out better for Gabby to not string Nate along and make him the winner because of that reason. And I do hope he becomes a bachelor. I think that'd be really good for Nate if he's the bachelor. I think that they should do that. I was hoping that they do dual bachelors. Maybe they consider him. I think Nate should be the bachelor because I want to see him in that position where he has to make a decision on what girls he want to be and who doesn't mind being a stepmother or whatever. So, but let me know what y'all guys think in the comment section, man. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be doing some more Bachelorette videos this week. Thank you guys for watching. After news, the like.